Hey, remember that time that I wrote that Shark Boy and Lava Girl fanfic? No? Yeah, me either. Me either. This was a few months back in the first week or two of school, and in my program we have to take the safety course so you don't drop a light bulb on someone and kill them. On my way to the training session, I have to go to the bathroom, and once I'm done, I wash and dry my hands, but I get to the drying part of the process, and you know those hand dryers? You know, in the public bathrooms, the ones that blow as much air as an 80-year-old woman trying to blow out her birthday candles? So I don't really dry my hands. I admit defeat, I leave the bathroom with soggy hands, and I go to the safety training class. At this point in time, I know about one person, and that guy's name is Josh. This isn't some spiritual journey where like, I'm discovering myself, man. And it's not me, it's a different Josh. There can be multiple Joshes in the world. I am one of many Joshes. There can only be one. And Josh is standing there with this guy that I've never met before. Great, more people that I can know, perfect. Meeting people is so fun, meeting people is so fun, except this time. He introduces himself as Charlie and he outstretches his hand for me to shake it. And without even thinking, I go in for the handshake and I forget that my hand is wet. The second I notice my hands are wet, I lose all confidence in my handshaking abilities. So Charlie's just holding on to this wet, limp excuse of a handshake. A wet handshake is the worst kind of handshake because you don't even know why the person's hands are wet. Maybe if I was more suave, I could have written a gossip magazine article. Number 18, make yourself more intriguing by adding mystery to your life. Always have wet hands to keep people thinking about you even after you leave. And it's not like you can even let go right away because you're caught in this limbo of, I need to get out of this handshake, and if I let go of this handshake too early, we address the fact that you have wet hands. And we're sitting in awkward silence because we don't really know each other until this girl named Rachel comes up. I already kinda knew Rachel, so we didn't have to introduce each other. But Charlie introduces himself as he did before, and he outstretches his hand and says, "Hi, my name's Charlie." And then what does Rachel say? "Sorry, my hands are wet, I just came back from the bathroom. Why don't we fist bump?"
That was such a good idea.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? We go into our safety training thing and I try and distance myself as far away from Charlie as possible. Fast forward a month and a half and I know Charlie pretty well, except there's this thing looming over us, a wet-handed elephant in the room. And whenever I see him, all I can think is, wet hands, wet hands, wet hands. One night I decided to get really drunk because I'm weird and I worry about weird things and I can't tackle this issue sober. So I text him and I confess that I think he low-key hates me because of the whole wet hands thing. And what does he say? He doesn't even remember it. I could have gone this whole time without even addressing this problem and it wouldn't have been an issue. So while I'm at it, I also confess to him that all of my friends know him as Wet Hands Charlie, which I don't really understand because I was the one with wet hands. I'm sorry, Charlie. Wet hands, wet hands.